fractions and talking about something called unit fractions, which we'll get to in a bit. Here's our first problem. It says, at a pizza party, each pizza was cut into 6 equal slices. At the end of the party, there was 5/6 of a pizza left. Roberta put each of the leftover slices in its own freezer bag. How many bags did she use? And what part of a pizza did she put in each bag? So I noticed that I have 2 questions here, so I have to remind myself that when I'm done solving this, I need to look back and make sure that I've answered both of these questions. So let's read the problem again, and let's really think about what steps we would take in order to solve this. Okay, so now we have our problem over here to the right, and here we have a picture of the pizza. So this is a pizza cut into 6 parts, but as we read the problem, we know that Roberta only had 5/6 of her pizza left. So now I'm going to turn that one white so we know that we have 5/6 of this pizza left. So looking back at our question, or our information, I should say, we know that she's putting 1 slice of pizza in 1 freezer bag. And we need to figure out how many bags she used. So I'm going to think about if I have here, this is 1 slice, 2 slices, 3, 4, and 5, which we know we had 5 because our fraction was 5/6, right? Now I know that each of those slices is going in its own bag. So I know that I'm going to need 5 bags, right? 1 bag for each slice of pizza. So looking at the second question, it's saying what part of the pizza did she put in each bag? Well, I have to think about what fraction of the pizza does that piece represent, or does each piece represent? I know that this is 1 slice out of a total of 6, right? Because my numerator tells me how many I'm talking about here, this 1 slice, and my denominator tells me how many parts in the whole, and I know that there were 6 slices in the whole pizza. So I'm going to write this equation as a repeated addition equation. I'm going to do 1/6 plus 1/6, that's my second slice, plus 1/6, my third, my fourth. I'm running out of space, so I'm actually going to write it over here, and my 5th slice. So I have 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6, right? For a total of 5/6. Now, each of these fractions, this 1/6, we call it a unit fraction because that represents 1 part of the whole, right? 1 slice out of the total of 6 slices. So that's my unit fraction. I can also write this addition sentence using multiplication, right? Think about when we did our multiplication chapter. We know that multiplication is repeated addition. So I'm going to erase this just so I have some space here. And I'm going to write this same equation using multiplication. And I know that I have 5 total slices that are left. And I know that each of those slices is 1/6. So I can write the equation of 5, right? Because 5 pieces, 5 times 1/6, what each of those is worth, to get 5/6, or my total pizza that's left over. So I'm going to look back at my problem over here to the right and just want to make sure that I answered both of those questions. So my question asks, how many bags did she use? We said she used 5 bags, right? And then my question asks, what part of a pizza did she put in each bag? And we figured out that she put 1/6 of the pizza in each bag, right? Because this piece here is worth 1/6. This is worth 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6. Quickly to recap what we just learned, we had written 5/6, right? We had solved it by writing, by writing 5/6 as a sum of the unit fraction. That's when we did sum. That means I'm adding, right? And my unit fraction was 1/6 because a unit fraction is 1 part of the whole plus, I'm having a hard time writing here, 6th plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6, okay? So you're gonna have to be creative with me and know that those all say 1/6 because those are our unit fractions. So here we wrote 5/6 as a sum of the unit fractions. We also, I'm gonna switch colors. What we also did was we wrote 5/6 as a product. So product, that tells me I am using the operation of multiplication, a product of a whole number and a unit fraction. So that whole number would be how many pieces we were multiplying it by. So that was 5 times my unit fraction. And again, that unit fraction being one part of the whole. So 5 times 1/6. So here it is as a product of a whole number. There's my 5, my whole number, and a unit fraction. And we solved it as a sum of the unit fraction. So now you're going to have a chance to try that on your own.